Hey guys, Fireplace here, coming to you with another video. And today, of course, is the second episode of this weekly mock series where I show you guys the best mocks of this week. Now, of course, we've got quite a lot to go through, but yeah, of course, as you probably saw at the start of this video, I have a new intro, to one of which, well, you will, of course, be seen in most videos, but yeah, hope you guys like it, and of course there'll be a link to all these builders in the description below. Anyway guys, so starting in we have a mock by Time Traveling Trainer. Now, specifically, I've not seen this episode of The Mandalorian, but I know of it and I know what happens. Of course you have that TIE Fighter with the folded wings, which looks incredible. And then you have all the stormtroopers roaming outside on the dark grey terrain, as well as the Mandalorian and Cara Dune in the back there of the building. And of course you get a small type of cape piece towards that bridgeway there, which looks amazing, really adds to detail, and yeah, just an overall great mock. Next mock here is by Shinjin Sub. Now this is from season 5 of the Clone Wars, towards the end of it. It is of course where Ahsoka is running away from the Republic because she's been framed for blowing up the Jedi Temple, essentially. But yeah, this guy here is really created a really nice mock. With that, of course, you have the two police gunships, you have Ahsoka running, a couple of drones there in the terrain, or the actual platform there, that actually looks quite cool, it looks really smooth, and yeah, a really great mock. Next mock here is a microfighter by the Trending Brick. He did a Y-Wing, which is incredibly detailed, using lots of clip pieces, as well as couple of wedge pieces and things like that, and I'm pretty sure it looks really amazing in life. But yeah, of course Lego's made their own one, but yeah, I think this one's far better than that one because of course it includes all the necessary detail. Anyway, so the next mock here is by Tiki Brecks. He's been doing different style of builds, and of course he's did a Vader collection of one. Here it is the Millennium Falcon. I think it's based off of the Solo Millennium Falcon because it has the escape pod there, but of course it's in this black style, which looks incredible, really sleek. And he's done quite a lot here. He's done the Tantive 4, he's done the Imperial Shuttle, the Slave One there looks really nice with that red cockpit. I think it looks really cool. 8080 Super Star Destroyer, which looks incredible there. Loving the orange lights there. And yeah, just an absolutely outstanding mocks there. Anyway, so the next mock here is from Clone Wars Lug, but is actually made by Rome VD. He's done this type of Order 66 mocks, where of course you have a couple of troopers, you have the dark green and olive green terrain there, which looks incredible. As well as a big massive rock in the centre. Amazing rock work there. Quite like to see that in more mocks actually, as well as a tree there which uses that nice vine piece there in order to get a really nice type of shape for that tree, and overall just a really great mock. Next mock here is by LDT Modeler, Model Maker, and now this is not entirely in the flesh, but it is a LEGO Digital Designer mock, and it is of course the ATST reader. As you see, it's surrounded by a couple of trees there with lots of leaf pieces, etc. But that ATST reader looks incredible. Of course, you have all the little details. You have the red, you have the dark brown. Of course, that ATST head looks absolutely amazing, because it looks really nice and smooth. All the shapes are correct. And of course, it's got a slight red glow there in the center. I don't know whether I can open, but yeah, just an absolutely outstanding mock there, despite the fact that it is a LEGO Digital Designer mock. Next mock here is by Lego Leo. He's created this really fun mock. I'm not entirely sure what it is based off of, but of course you have a couple of columns there, nice rock work there, as well as a couple of minifigures trying to fend off this some sort of monster alien thing that shoots lasers out of its eye. And the floor there looks incredible with the nice type of sleek design with the tiles, as well as the destroyed floor there. I think that looks really cool. Could be useful for some mocks that you could potentially see in the future, but yeah, of course the minifigures also add to the detail. Anyway, so next mock here is by Ben Cossey. Now I mostly put this in here because I really love this this type of arc from the Clone Wars. Of course you have Shaak Ti there as well as another trooper, but then the main ones that you're looking at here are Fives and Echo. We're discussing things with the Jedi as well as the clone. Of course, a couple of crates there. The water design there looks incredible. Nice kind of detailing for the floor. The actual door there uses stickers from the, I'm pretty sure it's Coruscant Thresher attack, where it has like stickers where you can include that. They've included it here on the doors and it looks incredible like that. As well as the fact that the actual like wall with the door looks incredible. And overall, just a really great Moc. Next Moc here is another Lord of the Rings Moc. It is of course from the Second Age, which is another part of it, but yeah, the terrain there looks incredible. That ocean or loch or something like that looks incredible because as you can see, it has a whole bunch of like transparent pieces as well as light blue trans pieces and small tree and rocks there. It looks absolutely incredible. I don't know how you would specifically do that, but it must be quite time consuming in order to get that amount of detail in the ocean. Of course you also have the castle there, which seems to have somewhat of an interior, which looks amazing. The rockwork around the castle there looks incredible. And overall, just a really great Moc. So next Moc here is by Jonathan Snyder 18. Now this is part of the Brick Labs Jedi Fallen Order collab. And here we have what the scene from Kashyyyk, where of course Cal Kestis is fighting off the Flame Troopers, as well as the K2SO kind of Imperial droids back there. But the actual door there looks incredible. The greebling detail is just outstanding. Of course, lots of pipe pieces and things like that. And overall, just an amazing Moc. Kind of a funny thing here is that the Wookiee's actually been flamed, well, set on fire by the flame trooper there, and I think that was just kind of hilarious. Of course, you have Cal there. The floor, the floor detailing looks incredible, and yeah, just an overall great Moc. Next Moc here is by Gonk BM Brecks, who's done somewhat of a creative build where, of course, you have what if Vader survived being after redeemed from Return of the Jedi. Of course, you have Vader meditating there. Of course, you can see a couple of bricks and things like that flying. Excuse the noise in the background, but yeah, continuing on, there's quite a lot of foliage there, which really adds to the Moc. Of course, the Moc is also freeform, and that rock face there looks incredible. Of course, you can see one of the rocks is jagging out, which is quite cool. And overall, just a really creative and inspiring Moc. Next Moc here is by Lego Custom Showcase, who's done this somewhat of a Fireplace Moc. This looks absolutely incredible. Of course, as you can see, you have the main fireplace with so many little details. For example, you have like Queen minifigures and swords and like your nano figures there, as well as a couple of line heads. The fireplace there, a couple of effects there to make it look really amazing. Of course, there's also somewhat of like a checker design there on the floor, which looks incredible and really adds to the Moc. There's also a chest of arms there, which looks incredible. It's replicated using a couple of like tail pieces and things like that from the Unikitted line and things like that. And yeah, it just looks absolutely amazing. Next Moc here is by Warlord Lego. Now this is a absolutely sleek looking design for Count Dooku's lightsaber, which of course has been recreated here in Lego. Of course, it's got all the small little details that you of course see on Count Dooku's lightsaber, and it looks amazing. The curves there, probably made using a couple of hinge pieces and things like that. And it's overall just an incredible Moc. I know personally I've attempted doing a couple of lightsabers, for example Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. But yeah, this just blows mine out of the water, to be honest, because of course, nice unique curves and things like that on this Moc, and of course Dooku's lightsaber is like that. Anyway, so next Moc here is a Hobbit Moc. Of course it is the barrel type of, like the battle escape, where of course you have the dwarves trying to escape the woodland realm through the river. Of course, the Moc is by Roanoke Handybuck, and yeah, he's got nice terrain there, really great like stream there, or like a river. Looks absolutely amazing with all these clear pieces. Of course the trees there look amazing, and then the actual rocky terrain there, incredible with all the nice scribbling detail, like vines, as well as a couple of mushrooms there. And of course you have the minifigures to add it in. Anyway, so the next Moc here is a Microscale Moc by R.G. Butler. I don't know whether I pronounced that right, but this is a really cool architecture kind of Microscale Moc. Of course, lots and lots of greebling, colors like red, gold, white, somewhat of like a sandy green color, and yeah, some of those pieces are quite rare and hard to find. And yeah, of course, R.G. Butler did an amazing job here. As you can see, it looks quite tall and things like that. Don't know whether it's based off of anything, but yeah, it looks absolutely incredible with all the details. Next Moc here is a Force Unleashed Moc by Tiki Brecks. Of course, you have the rogue shadow there in the middle of the landing pad. You have a couple of stormtroopers shooting down Star Killer there, and it looks amazing because of course you have all the tiny bits of foliage, cracked pieces of the landing pad, and then the troopers shooting at not Cal Kestis, Star Killer. And yet, the next Moc here is by Carbon Belts. Now, of course, I'm losing my voice here, but of course, this is somewhat of a Riots on Corellia Moc. Of course, you have a couple of clone troopers there. I'm pretty sure it's like a Coruscant Guard type of one. As you can see, the clone troopers are shooting down the droids. The terrain there looks incredible. Of course, it's in all kinds of angles and things like that. The beltings there also really add to the belt, using a whole bunch of modified bricks and things like that, as well as a couple of those brick designs there. And as you can see, there's two civilians there hiding from the droids. Next Moc here is by Marble Kynan Lego. Now, of course, he has done somewhat of a Jedi Temple Moc here, where of course you have Plo Koon on the top, defeating all the droids, trying to like take over the Jedi Temple. Then you have a whole bunch of clone troopers fighting them down. Of course, the terrain there looks incredible. The Jedi Temple also looks quite cool. Of course, you got a couple of gaps in there, probably because it's old, and yeah, it just really adds to the Moc with that cape piece there. And yeah, overall a great Moc. Next Moc here, lots of different colours, and this is of course by Arkham Elo. Of course, we have Darth Malgus here meditating, making some sort of lightsaber. Now this is a really cool and creative Moc, because as you can see, it's got a whole bunch of colours. Destroyed building in the middle there, where of course Darth Malgus is meditating. The colours there are probably quite rare, because you have this nice, like, kind of pink colour, surrounded by dark grey kind of slopes. Now that looks incredible. The colours really contrast, and yeah, just an overall really creative and inspiring Moc. Next Moc here is an Order 66 Moc. Of course, you have a couple of first troopers there trying to defeat the Jedi. I'm pretty sure this is based off of Geonosis, because you have, of course, this kind of orange terrain there, as well as a couple of, like, I'm pretty sure it's Geonosians there, as statues, which is replicated using quite a lot of slope pieces and things like that. I'm pretty sure they look extremely accurate towards it, and yeah, really happy with the way that turned out. Next Moc here is by Jeff Works. He's done a Microscale Moc of some sort of Greece or water temple, where you, of course, you have that nice kind of blue colour there, with loads of waterfalls. The rock pieces there have got like tints of olive green there. The building's looking quite cool, with lots of detail, lots of gold. That bridge there also looks really good, to be honest, because, you know, it kind of contrasts with everything. Rock detailing, great, yeah. I'm kind of going quick here because I'm kind of running out of time, but yeah. Next Moc here is by Creative Brecks. Of course, he's done this Tatooine Moc here. Of course, he's did the terrain here using snot techniques, which looks absolutely incredible for this Tatooine Moc here. Of course you have the Dewback, a couple of Stormtroopers, and of course the Scout Pod, but that isn't really why it's featured here. It's featured here because of that terrain. The nice contrast between the dark tan and the tan there look incredible. The actual terrain there, the way these use snot there looks absolutely amazing for like sand, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. This guy's also done a couple of Hoth Mocs, but yeah, really amazing and outstanding Moc here actually. Anyway, so next Moc here is another Hobbit Moc by another Moc by Ranoki Handybuck. Now he does quite a lot of these Mocs, which look absolutely incredible. It's based off of Lake Town. Of course you have all the civilians there and around the actual town there. Of course you have the river or the lake there, which looks incredible because as you can see it has a whole bunch of like cheese wedge pieces in order to replicate the fact that it's kind of flowing. And then the actual building there looks incredible with the nice kind of shapes there, which it's quite hard to replicate in Lego, but yeah, it looks absolutely outstanding. And yeah, anyway, so the next Moc here is by Luca S Projects. Now this is another Moc from the Brick Lab kind of collaboration here. Of course you have Cal Kestis there battling a couple of like a scout trooper and a stormtrooper, and the building there looks incredible. It has light grey and then dark green there, which really contrasts well, and yeah, just an overall great Moc. Anyway, so last Moc here is by the Brick Geek. Now of course this is a Venom Moc, where of course you have Venom sticking out his nice long tongue, and the detailing here looks incredible. Their overall shape is actually quite hard to replicate, and this guy has done it incredibly well, and yeah, is an absolutely incredible Moc. Anyway, so guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Sorry if it was a bit long because, you know, we have got a lot of things going on here, but yeah, this week has an awful lot of great Mocs. But yeah guys, that's going to do it for this video. Of course there'll be a link to all these builders in the description below. And yeah guys, that's going to be it from me. I'm Mando Moc, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.